New 10, turning the chaos at the U.S. Capitol into a teaching moment. State Superintendent Kathy Hoffman has encouraged educators to discuss the situation with their students. But are those discussions actually happening?
Our Nicole Valdez speaking with students and a local teacher who say in large part that answer is no.
Many Americans still reeling, still asking questions about the attack on the U.S. Capitol.
What particular moments or images stood out to you?
These Valley High School students have similar questions, concerns, and fears. But for some, this was the first time they'd been asked.
The man wearing a Camp Auschwitz sweater. Like, I'm a Jewish American, so that really hurt me. That hurt my family.
A group of 6 students from Scottsdale, Gilbert, Chandler, and other school districts spent their after-school hours online together to open up a discussion many of them have been wanting to have.
I was like, what has happened to this country?
But haven't been able to at school.
As much as my English teacher wanted to talk about it, he couldn't because the school was so restrictive on it. They said that you're not allowed to talk about any politics.
I felt like I still was concerned and scared, but they kind of just brushed over it.
Glendale teacher Elise Viescas.
What I noticed amongst a lot of my fellow educators was this fear of facing professional disciplinary action. I absolutely understand those fears. I think there is a way to have those conversations in factually accurate ways that allow for that sensitivity.
And it hasn't been easy for many.
We're already going through so many changes and having to experience a lot of real world issues. We can't pretend everything is normal.
To see, Confederate flags being waved and, anti-Semitic remarks and just awful, awful things.
This is what they wanted, to have these important conversations to help shape their future, their understanding as they soon become voters and leaders of tomorrow.
Avoiding conversation is kind of a setup for failure, like later in life.
It kind of desensitizes them. And I feel like seeing these events kind of just make it more of a normality.
We need to talk about it in school. It's not good for our mental health, and it could affect our academic performance.
Teachers like Viescas advocating for the space in schools to do so.
You are all being very much affected, same as the adults, by the events around us. And in that impact, processing it and speaking your truth and being heard and being understood matters.
Nicole Valdez, ABC 15, Arizona.